Okay, in last class, self-induction and some related applications are completed. Next, mutual induction. Mutual induction. Suppose there is a coil. Suppose this is one coil. It is connected to a cell having certain EMF and a switch S. Initially, the switch is open so that no current passing through this one. Here, the axis of this coil is this one. This is the axis. Here, another coil. Another coil is kept nearer to this first coil, and here across this coil, no cell is connected, but it is connected across the galvanometer. Galvanometer. Initially, whenever the switch is not closed, no current passing through them, so that here no current through this first coil and no deflection in the galvanometer. That means no current in the second coil also. Okay, now suppose this is the coil P, this is the coil QC. Now, whenever you close the switch, then initially at t is equal to 0, no current passing through this coil. But whenever the switch is closed, at that time, the current passing through the coil increases from 0 to some value. But is the current through this coil increase from 0 to certain value, immediately to maximum value, or it takes some time to reach the maximum value?
It will take some time, sir.
What is the reason? What is very good? What is the reason? Whenever the current passing through the coil increases, when you close the switch here, when the current passing through the coil gradually increases, EMF is induced, because of self-induction.
Magnetic field also increases, sir.
Yeah, because of self-induction, EMF is induced across the coil, and that opposes the increase in current through this coil. So, because of self-induction, the current passing through this coil will not increase to maximum value within no time. It will not increase to maximum value within no time. It takes some time to increase to maximum value. Of course, it takes some time means it is not hours together or minutes together, fraction of seconds only, but it takes some time to increase to maximum value. Okay, because of self-induction. That's why whenever the current passing through this coil gradually increases, then magnetic induction at the center increases. Magnetic induction of the solenoid or coil at the center gradually increases, because magnetic induction, if it is the solenoid, magnetic induction is mu naught Ni. When I increase, magnetic induction increases. Suppose at any instant of time, suppose I is the current passing through this coil. If the current passing through the coil increases from 0 to certain I value at a particular time, okay, at that time, because of magnetic connection at the center, magnetic field is formed inside the coil. In that magnetic field, when you draw the magnetic line, suppose, so because of this current passing through them, this current carrying coil or solenoid behaves like a magnetic dipole. One end of the coil behaves like a north pole, one end behaves like a south pole, so that magnetic lines of force are formed around it. This is one magnetic line of force. Okay, in this way we can draw the different magnetic lines of force like this. We can draw different magnetic lines of force like this. All these are the magnetic lines of force. All these are the magnetic lines of force. Whenever I current passing through this coil, after some time the switch is closed, whenever some magnetic lines, whenever the I current passing through them, at that time, because of magnetic induction, suppose how many lines are drawn here? 1 to 7 lines are drawn. So 7 magnetic lines of force are there. In 7 magnetic lines of force, how many magnetic lines of force passing through this coil? In second coil.
5, sir.
Out of 7 magnetic lines of force, only 5 magnetic lines of force passing through the coil. That means whenever 7 magnetic lines of force passing through them, the flux through this coil is more, flux through the coil is less. Okay. Suppose if current is increasing in this coil, whenever this coil is kept in the vicinity or nearer to this coil, because of magnetic field formed around this coil due to the current passing through them, no doubt some flux passing through this coil also. Some flux, the flux formed around this coil in the flux formed or in the magnetic field formed around this first coil, the second coil is kept. That's why through second coil also, a part of the flux through this first coil passing to second coil. That means there is a flux linkage is there in the second coil due to first. Then we can say there is a magnetic coupling is there between them. Magnetic coupling is there. Magnetic coupling. Magnetic coupling means whenever the due to the passage of electric current through one coil, if the flux passing through the other coil or flux linked with the other coil, then we can say there is a magnetic coupling between these two. So because of magnetic coupling, some flux passing through this coil. If the current through this coil increases, current through the first coil increases, then magnetic connection increases. When magnetic connection increases, flux through this coil further increases. When flux through this coil increases means, whenever magnetic connection increases means, flux increase means magnetic lines of force are crowded. Then more number of magnetic lines of force passing through the second coil. More magnetic lines of force passing through second coil. As far as I current remains constant in this coil, flux linked with the other coil also remains constant. Whenever the flux remains constant, is there any EMF induced across the second coil?
Yes, sir.
Flux remains constant.
No, sir. No, sir. Zero.
Oh, yeah.
EMF will be zero.
నిన్న వచ్చావు నువ్వు క్లాస్ కి స్వర్ణ తేజ్
Sir, వచ్చాను సార్.
లేట్కి వచ్చినట్టు అయితే. Okay. So whenever the current to this coil remains constant, flux passing through this coil or flux linked with this coil remains constant. Whenever flux linked remains constant, is there EMF induced across this coil? No. But here, because of self-induction, when you close the switch, the current passing through this first coil changes with time or increases with time. That's why flux through the second coil also increases with time. Whenever the flux passing through the second coil increases with the time, due to the increase of current in the first coil, then immediately an EMF is induced across the second coil. An EMF is induced across the second coil due to change of magnetic flux linked with this coil. Due to that, induced current passes. Hence, there was a deflection in the galvanometer. That's why whenever the current passing through one coil changes, an EMF is induced across the other coil.
What about inductance, sir?
Inductance is also there. Because of self-induction only, the current passing through this first coil will not increase to maximum value suddenly. It takes some time to increase the current through to maximum value. During this time, as the current changes through this coil, flux changes through the other coil. Due to that, EMF is induced across this coil.
Sir,
EMF is induced across this coil. The induced EMF across this coil is a E. Induced EMF across this coil is a E. Okay. So whenever the current passing through one coil changes, and EMF is induced across the other coil due to change of magnetic flux linked to this coil. Such phenomena is nothing but mutual induction. In self-induction,
సార్ అంటే నిన్న ఇండక్టెన్స్ అన్నారు కదా సార్, మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ అని.
this phenomena, I am talking about phenomena.
ఓకే సార్.
Not talking about the constant parameter belongs to these coils. I am talking
Okay,
about phenomena. Okay, that phenomena is called mutual induction. How we can measure the mutual induction? How we can measure the mutual induction effect in the coil means, that is the mutual inductance is the parameter by means of which mutual induction can be measured. Okay. Okay.
yes, sir.
ఓకే సార్.
Right. Here, so here the phenomena in which the EMF is induced across the one coil due to the change of current in the other coil is called mutual induction. Okay. Here the flux linked with this coil, flux linked with second coil due to change of current in the first coil is say phi. Whenever I is more, what is the flux linked with this coil? If I is more,
Phi increases, sir.
phi increase. That's why the
Phi
magnetic flux linked with one coil is directly proportional to current passing through the other coil. If I is more here, flux linked with the coil is more. Or
లెఫ్ట్ కాయిల్ లో కరెంట్ డిక్రీజ్ అయితే సార్,
flux को decrease అవుతుంది అంటే చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కదా.
అంటే కాదు సార్, ఈఎంఎఫ్ గురించి సార్.
Whenever the
Induce the
current
EMF, sir.
whenever the current passing through this coil decreases, here EMF is induced, but induced current will flow in opposite direction.
Okay, sir.
ఇందాక ఇక్కడ ఫ్లక్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది, కరెంట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవడం ఫ్లక్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్స్ ని అపోజ్ చేసే డైరెక్షన్ లో ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఇండ్యూస్ కరెంట్ లో పాస్ అవుతూ ఈ సైడ్ నుంచి కనుక అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఇటువైపు ఈ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ ఫ్లక్స్ ని అపోజ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ దీని చుట్టూ దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అయిన ఇండ్యూసర్ కరెంట్ వల్ల ఫ్లక్స్ ఇటువైపు రావాలి, అంటే ఇటువైపు నార్త్ పోల్ ఎక్వైర్ చేయాలి, ఇటువైపు సౌత్ పోల్ ఎక్వైర్ చేయాలి. ఇన్ సచ్ వే ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇస్ ఇండ్యూసర్ అండ్ ఇండ్యూసర్ కరెంట్ passes. If the current through this coil decreases, ఫ్లక్స్ డిక్రీజ్ అవడం వల్ల ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతాం. దాన్ని అపోజ్ చేయాలంటే ఇటువైపు నార్త్ పోల్ ఇటువైపు సౌత్ పోల్ బిహేవ్ చేసి ఇక్కడ కరెంట్ దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అవ్వాలి, ఇట్లా పాస్ అవ్వాలి, అప్పుడు ఇటువైపు ఫ్లక్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఆల్వేస్ అకార్డింగ్ టు లెన్స్ లా the EMF is induced across this coil so that it opposes the cause for it, or it opposes the change in flux linked with this coil due to mutual induction. At any instant of time, the flux linked with this coil due to the passage of current in the other coil is directly proportional to I, or phi is equal to some proportionality constant m into I. This proportionality constant m is called the mutual inductance or coefficient of mutual induction. M, mutual inductance or coefficient of mutual induction. Coefficient of mutual induction. Coefficient of mutual induction. Okay. Now, this phi is the flux linked with this coil. No? According to Faraday's second law, EMF induced across the second coil due to the change of current in the first coil is equal to general formula is minus d phi by dt, which is equal to minus d by dt of phi means m into I, no, from this formula mi. This is equal to E is equal to minus d phi by dt, that is equal to minus m is constant because it depends on the coils, nature of the coils using here. That's why m is constant, you write outside, into di by dt. Okay, this is also equal to minus m into di by dt means suppose initially the I1 current passing through this first coil. In a time t seconds, the current passing through first coil changes to I2. Then changing current in a time t seconds is I2 minus I1. Changing current per second, dA by dt is equal to I2 minus I1 by 2. Then this is the EMF induced across the coil. So these are the important formulas. Sometimes will be given current passing through this coil varies with time according to the formula I is equal to I naught into e to the power of minus some dt, 2t like that. Then instead of I, you write that formula. And then at any time t, what is the EMF induced means you differentiate that I formula with respect to time and you substitute t is equal to something. Then you will get EMF induced at that particular instant of time. In this way we can have. Okay. So this is the formula for EMF induced. And it is the mutual inductance or coefficient of mutual induction. Now, in different cases, we have to derive the formula for mutual inductance. So note points. No doubt, this mutual inductance is having same unit as that of the self-inductance. So SI unit of M is, what is the unit?
Henry, sir.
Henry. Same as L, capital H. Dimension formula is also same as L. Okay, here M depends on number of turns in the coils. Number of turns in the coils.
Nature of the course.
Nature of core, very good. Nature of core.
The core,
Area of
Through the
cross
coil.
area of cross section, radius,
section of
Current through the coil.
cross section, length, okay, dimensions, length. These are the
Current
factors.
passing through the coil.
And
Current, sir. Current through the coil.
current will depend on axis between the angle between the axis of the two coils.
Angle between the coils.
Angle between axis of the two coils. ఒక కాయిల్ యొక్క angle between the axis of the two coils. Angle between, of course, ఇక్కడ axis of the two coils are drawn such that they are coincided. కానీ ఈ కాయిల్స్ మధ్య ఈ కాయిల్స్ యొక్క యాక్సిస్ మధ్య కొంత యాంగిల్ ఉండేట్టుగా కూడా అరేంజ్ చేసాం అనుకోండి. Angle between axis of two coils. అంటే suppose one coil is having axis in this direction. Another coil is having axis in this direction. Another coil is kept like this. Another coil is having axis in this direction. In this case, also the mutual inductance between the two coils depends. Okay, so these are the factors on which mutual inductance between the two coils depends. So mutual inductance belongs to two coils. Self inductance belongs to only one coil. Okay. Note this one. Shall I raise this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Right. Now, note points we have to discuss. First one. Mutual inductance of two solenoids are two coils. Suppose there is a large solenoid having more radius. It is one solenoid. Here it is the axis of the solenoid. Here a small solenoid is kept inside the large solenoid like this. This is a small solenoid. The area of cross section of the solenoid is say A, small solenoid. Or you say this is A2. Area of cross section of this large solenoid is A1. A1, A2 are areas of cross section of outer and inner solenoids. Length of each solenoid is say L. Okay, length of each solenoid L. Okay, now tell me first of all, compared with the radius of the solenoid, the length is very large. That's why these are the long solenoids. Mutual inductance here, mutual inductance of the long solenoid we have to find. So two solenoids, long solenoids. Okay, now tell me here. First of all, what you have to find the mutual inductance between the two coils? First step, what you have to consider? I current passing through outer coil. When I current passing through outer coil, then at the middle of the outer coil, there is a magnetic induction. No? At the middle of the outer coil, there is a magnetic induction B. What is the magnetic induction due to outer coil at the middle of the solenoid? Mu naught.
Ni.
Ni. N means number of turns in the outer coil is say N1. Number of turns in the inner coil is say N2. Number of turns per unit length is small n1. Number of turns here is small n2. So n1 into I know. This is the magnetic induction at the middle of the outer solenoid due to passage of I current through them. Okay, as the length is L and the number of turns is n1, then this can be written as mu naught into n1 by L into I we can write now. This is number of turns per unit length means n1 by length of the solenoid is L. That's why n1 by L is n1 into I. This is equation 1. It is the magnetic induction at the center. As this coil is having smaller area of cross section compared to this one, the total magnetic induction B is parallel to axis of this inner solenoid also. That's why the flux through inner solenoid, comma, phi is equal to what? Magnetic induction is parallel to the axis of the solenoid or perpendicular to the cross section plane parallel to the area of cross section of the solenoid. That's why B into magnetic induction at the middle due to first solenoid, say B1. B1 into area of cross section of this inner solenoid means A2 no. B1 into A2. This is the magnetic induction. So this is the magnetic flux through the inner solenoid through one turn. But how many turns are there here? N2. That's why total flux through total flux through inner solenoid phi 2 is equal to N2 into B1 A2. N2 is the number of turns in the inner solenoid. B1 is the magnetic induction at the inner solenoid due to outer. A2 is the area of cross section of the inner solenoid. Okay, now okay, therefore flux we got. You substitute the data. Flux phi 2. Flux through inner solenoid is equal to mutual inductance between these two into current through outer solenoid I1 I. Okay, so phi 2 means N2 B1 A2 is equal to M into I. So N2 into what about B1? Mu naught N1 I by L, no? Mu naught N1 I by L into A2 is equal to M into I. I cancel. Therefore, mutual inductance between the two coils is equal to mu naught N1 N2 A2 by L. This is the formula for mutual inductance between the two coils, two solenoids. Mutual inductance between the two solenoids. Suppose if you are given small n1, small n2, then M is equal to mu naught N1 N2 A2. You multiply with L, divide into L by L. Here N1 by L, N2 by L. That is equal to mu naught small n1, small n2. We can write now. N1 by L is for small n1, capital N2 by small L is N2 into A2 into L. A2 into L. Therefore, the mutual inductance between the two coils can also be written as like R. In terms of number of turns, we can write like this. In terms of number of turns per unit length, we can write like this. Okay. So from this, it is clear that mutual inductance is directly proportional to product of number of turns or product of number of turns per unit length also, and proportional to area of the inner coil, area of cross section of the inner coil. Once in mains, they asked this problem. The number of turns in the inner and outer coils are 10 and 50. The mutual inductance between them is so and so. Whenever the number of turns are increased to 20 and 40 like that, then what is the mutual inductance between them means M is proportional to N1 and N2. By using this formula, we can solve the problem. Okay. This is also important one. Write down. This is the mutual inductance between the two coils. Next, one more question they ask in advance. Mutual inductance between the two square coil loops. Mutual inductance between two square loops. Suppose this is one square loop. This is one square loop having side L. Symmetrically, there is another square loop inside it.
నేను అసైన్మెంట్ లో వచ్చింది.
Okay. Today you can do easily.
చేసాం సార్ వచ్చింది.
Suppose this is the outer loop. Loop means only one turn. Okay, it is the inner loop of side small. Then what is the mutual inductance between them? That is the question they asked. First of all, to find the mutual inductance between the two coils here, it is the inner loop, it is the outer loop. Suppose you take the I current passing through this outer loop. Due to this current I passing through outer loop, then what is the magnetic connection at the center of the inner loop? B1 or B say B1. Okay, B1. Here, as it is very small, the magnetic connection at every point inside the small loop is same. Square loop it is not. It is the square loop. Okay. Here it is the square loop. Two square loops. Okay. So as it is very small compared with the side of this large loop, the magnetic connection at each and every point in the small loop is same. That's why what is the flux through inner loop? We can find. So first of all, what is the magnetic connection at the center of the small loop? This is the center or midpoint of the large loop also. At the midpoint of the large loop, what is the magnetic connection? We had to find first. To find that magnetic connection at this point, what is the distance of this point? What is the perpendicular distance of this point from this finite current carrying conductor? Of course, that R is equal to what?
L by 2.
L by 2.
L by 2.
Find the magnetic connection at this point due to this finite conductor. You join the two ends of this conductor to this point. This one and this one. Angle made by this line with normal line is alpha and here it is beta. Of course, both are same, no? Alpha is equal to beta.
Alpha equals to beta.
Because it is right angle triangle, here it is 90. This side and this side both are same. A by L by 2, L by 2. That's why 45.
45 for
Therefore, magnetic connection at the center or at this point due to this finite conductor is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into I by R into sin alpha plus sin beta. It is the general formula. Okay, here because of this current here, what is the direction of the magnetic conduction at the center? Inwards or outwards?
Inwards, sir.
Inverse, sir.
All these finite straight current carrying conductors are identical and this point is equidistant from all sides because all sides are this is the center of the sphere. That's why all sides are symmetric about this point. So whatever the magnetic connection due to this conductor, magnetic connection due to all the remaining three also same and same direction also. That's why total magnetic connection is equal to 4 into this one. No? This is the net magnetic connection at that point B1. This is equal to 4 cancel. Then mu naught I by pi into small r means L by 2 into 2 sin alpha we can write now because sin alpha sin beta both are same. That's why sin alpha 2 sin alpha we can write. Now we substitute the data.
Sir, mu naught by 4 pi ideal sin theta by r, sir.
Mu naught by 4 pi into I by d. D means distance of the point from the conductor. That is R I have written.
Okay.
Now, therefore, B1 is equal to mu naught I by, you write that in the denominator 2 you write in the numerator. Then pi into L into 4 sin alpha. Okay. So this is equal to mu naught I by pi L into 4 into sin alpha means sin 45. So mu naught I by pi L into 4 into 1 by root 2. That is equal to 2 root 2 mu naught I by pi L we can write now. 4 by root 2 can be written as 2 root no. So 2 root 2 mu naught I by pi L. It is the magnetic connection at the center due to outer loop. Both loops lies in the same plane. Okay, that's why this magnetic connection is perpendicular to the smaller loop. Therefore, flux through the smaller loop. Flux through smaller loop is equal to, as the magnetic connection B1 due to outer loop is perpendicular to the plane of this loop, then flux through smaller loop is maximum, which is equal to B1 into area of cross section of the inner loop. B1 means 2 root 2 mu naught I by pi into capital into A2 means L square. Area of the inner loop is L square. This is the formula for flux. Sorry. This is the formula for flux. We have to find the mutual inductance now. So this is equal to M into small I. Therefore, IA cancel. Therefore, mutual inductance between them is equal to 2 root 2 mu naught I. So I will be cancelled. IA cancel L square by pi into capital. So this is the formula for mutual inductance between these two square loops which lies in the same plane. Okay, from this mutual inductance is directly proportional to L square by capital no? Once they ask in advance. This problem again in advance. When two square loops are kept in the same plane symmetrically and inner loop is small, then the mutual them is directly proportional to what? L by L. Like that they ask.
Sir.
Likit. Nice or some Likit. Note down.
Sir, 43 advance book la adum sir. M
Yeah.
is proportional.
Take out answer.
Adhe sir. Adhe sir.
I think it is in advance they ask now.
Yes, sir.
Right. Next. Mutual inductance between the long current carrying straight conductor and the rectangle loop or square loop, whatever it may be. Here there is a long straight current carrying conductor is there, carries the current say I2. Within the plane of this long straight current carrying conductor, a rectangular loop is kept. Rectangular or square loop, whatever maybe we can take. Rectangular loop is kept. It is the rectangle loop. Here this plane of this loop and this plane of this conductor both are the same. That means both lies straight current carrying conductor and this plane loop, the rectangle loop lies in the same plane. The first side, left side, which is parallel to this long conductor, is at a distance A. Breadth of the loop is B, and this height of the loop is H, or length of the loop is breadth and length L say. Okay, now what is the mutual inductance between these two? Is it possible to have the mutual inductance between them? When does the mutual inductance exist between them? Due to passage of the electric current in one coil or one conductor, if the EMF is induced across the other, or if the flux passing through the other changes, and EMF is induced across them, that is the mutual induction. ఇక్కడ దీని ద్వారా కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు దీని లోపల పనిచేస్తే మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫ్లక్స్ ఇన్వర్స్ వేరీ అవుతుంది కదా. Because of this straight current carrying conductor, magnetic induction here is inverse. When I changes, magnetic induction changes. When magnetic induction changes, flux through this loop changes. That's why EMF is induced across them. That's why there is a magnetic coupling is there between them. ఒక దాంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వలన వేరే దాంట్లో magnetic flux వేరీ అవుతుంటే we can say there is a magnetic coupling between them. Whenever magnetic coupling is there, obviously mutual inductance is there between them. So our aim is we had to find the mutual inductance between them. So to find the mutual inductance between them, first, what is the first step to be taken? In straight long conductor, suppose I current passes. Next.
At the center of the loop, we have to find.
ఇక్కడ ఈ లూప్ వెరీ స్మాల్ ఇన్ సైజ్ అంటే అప్పుడు మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఇండక్షన్ సెంటర్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి సేమ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ at each and every point in the loop అని చెప్పేసి డైరెక్ట్ గా into area of this loop రాస్తే మనకి ఫ్లక్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. కానీ it is having considerable dimensions. It is not small. In this case, the magnetic induction at different points in the loop are different. No? When you move away from this long conductor in the loop, here magnetic induction is maximum. When you move away, magnetic induction gradually decreases. That's why in this coil, the magnetic inductions are different at different points. Already మీకు దీనికి ముందు ఎలక్ట్రోమాగ్నెటిజం లో ఫ్లక్స్ త్రూ ద లూప్ డ్యూ టు స్ట్రెయిట్ కరెంట్ క్యారింగ్ కండక్టర్ ఫార్ములా డిరైవ్ చేస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ ద ఫార్ములా హియర్ వి హావ్ టు డిరైవ్. సో ఫర్ దట్ parallel to the straight long conductor, you imagine an element which is at a distance smaller from the long conductor. The width of the element is said dr. Then what is the area of the element considered?
L into dr.
Okay, now at a distance smaller, as the element is there, on the element what is the magnetic induction? Ikkada magnetic induction B anukondi. So magnetic induction B is equal to, due to long current carrying conductor, magnetic induction V0 by 2 pi into I by R, isn't it? I by R. This is the magnetic induction X. This magnetic induction is inwards or outwards?
Inwards, sir.
Inwards. అది ప్లేన్ కి ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్లేన్ కి పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా ఇన్వర్స్ పని చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి therefore flux through the element is equal to B into area of the element dA. B means mu0 by 2 pi into I by R into area of the element means L into dr. This is the flux through this element. Similarly, you consider the number of elements from this position, this side to this side at a distances from R is equal to A to R is equal to A plus B. Okay, you can imagine infinite number of elements. Through each and every element like this, you find the flux and you add them. That is the answer. Instead of doing so, flux through one element you find and you do the integration between R is equal to A to R is equal to this distance A plus B. Then you will get the total flux. So total flux through entire this rectangular loop is equal to integral d phi. Between the limits, R value is from A to R value to B. A to B or A plus B?
A to A plus B.
A plus B. A plus B.
A to A plus B. A to A plus B.
ఈ సైడ్ గా డిస్టెన్స్ అంటే A plus B కదా.
A to A plus B.
ఒక్కోసారి డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ నుంచి B ఇచ్చేస్తాడు. మీరు చూసుకోండి అది క్లియర్ గా. Based on the concept only you do. Don't remember the formulas. From the conductor only at a distance B అని ఇచ్చాడు అనుకోండి. అప్పుడు A to B అని రాస్తాం. కానీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి B అని ఇచ్చాడు. కాబట్టి A plus B రాయాలి ఇక్కడ నుంచి. Okay. This is equal to integral. In this d5 means this one. In this mu0 I L by 2 pi is constant you write outside into dr by R. you write here. So R is equal to A to A plus B. That is equal to mu naught I L by 2 pi into ln R no A to A plus B. Therefore, flux phi is equal to mu naught I L by 2 pi into ln of A plus B by A no, when you substitute the limits.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the total flux through this loop due to this long current carrying conductor. Okay, this must be equal to, if the mutual inductance between the straight conductor and loop is say M, then M into I no, I cancel. Then what is the mutual inductance between them? In this I, you cancel them. Then you will get the mutual inductance between the straight long conductor and the rectangular loop when they are in the same place.
Sir, mu naught L by 2 pi ln A plus B by A. I cancel. Pi
So
equals to M minus.
M is equal to I will be cancelled. Then mu naught L by 2 pi into ln A plus B by A. It is only no. This is the mutual inductance between the straight long conductor and this rectangular loop. Suppose ఒకసారి స్క్వేర్ లూప్ ఇస్తాడు ఇట్లా స్క్వేర్ లూప్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఈ సైడ్ ఎల్ఏనే సారీ ఇది బి అనుకోండి, ఇది బినే, అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ బి ఇక్కడ బి, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ బి అని వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ యాజువల్ గా బి ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది కూడా బినే అవుతుంది, ఎల్ ప్లేస్ లో బి రాస్తాం. ఓకేనా? స్క్వేర్ లూప్ అయితే.
Okay, sir.
నెక్స్ట్ coefficient of coupling. Coefficient of coupling. Suppose there are two coils. This is one coil. Here there is another coil. Both coils are connected like this. These are having self-inductances L1 and L2. These are having self-inductances L1 and L2. There are two coils which are connected like in series, having self-inductances L1 and L2. Okay. There is a magnetic coupling between them. That means whenever the current passing through one coil changes, and EMF is induced across the other coil. That's why there is a magnetic coupling between them. Suppose if these are very large, whenever the current passing through this coil changes, no doubt magnetic flux around this changes. But in that magnetic flux, it is not there. That's why no change in the flux linked with this coil. No flux passing through this coil due to this. That's why there is no coupling between them. I am talking in general. Okay. Suppose whenever the current passing through this coil changes, then due to change of flux linked with this coil, EMF is induced across this coil. Okay. Now, my question is, here you see, because of change here, because of change of current in the second coil, ఇక్కడ రెండు కాయిల్స్ సపరేట్ గా సిరీస్ లో జాయిన్ చేయాలి, రెండు కాయిల్స్ ఇట్లా ఉన్నాయి. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ చేంజ్ ఇక్కడ దీన్ని ఏం చేస్తామంటే దీనికి ఒక గాల్లా మెట్టుకో దీనికో కనెక్ట్ చేసాం, దీని ద్వారా I2 కరెంట్ పాస్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసాం, ఇక్కడేమో I1 కరెంట్ పాస్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసాం అనుకుందాం. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ పాసింగ్ త్రూ దిస్ కాయిల్ I2 changes and EMF is induced across the first coil. because of current and ikkada whenever the current passing through this second coil changes, then the magnetic induction inside the coil changes. Due to that magnetic flux, the magnetic field formed changes. In that magnetic field, when the second coil is kept here, the flux linked with the coil changes, so EMF is induced. So due to the current I2 passing through the second coil changes, and EMF is induced across the first coil. Suppose here in this I1 current passes, ఇక్కడ I2 current అనుకున్నాం కదా, ఇక్కడ I1 current pass అవుతుంది అనుకున్నాం. Because of change of current I1 in the first coil, and EMF is induced across the second coil, that is say E2. That is say E2. Okay. So whenever the I2 current passing through the second coil changes, as an EMF is induced across the first coil, definitely there is a mutual inductance between them. So mutual inductance of the first coil due to second coil is say M12. Whenever the current passing through first coil changes, and EMF is induced across the second coil, that's why there is a mutual inductance between them. So mutual inductance of the second coil due to first coil. And first coil లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వలన సెకండ్ కాయిల్ EMF ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతాం కాబట్టి మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది సెకండ్ కాయిల్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ఫస్ట్ ఇస్ దిస్ వన్. బట్ మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద టూ కాయిల్స్ దట్ ఈస్ సేమ్ నో. రెండు కాయిల్స్ యొక్క పొజిషన్ మార్చలేదు. దీంట్లో కరెంట్ పాస్ అయినా దీంట్లో కరెంట్ పాస్ అయినా EMFs ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతాయి కాబట్టి మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఉన్నట్లే కదా. సో ద మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ డ్యూ టు సెకండ్ కాయిల్, మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది సెకండ్ డ్యూ టు ఫస్ట్ ఆర్ ఫస్ట్ డ్యూ టు సెకండ్ బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్. దట్స్ వై M is equal to M12, that is equal to M21. What is the EMF induced across this? Induced EMF across this is equal to E1 is equal to minus L1 into, here EMF is induced across this coil because of this. That's why into dI2 by dt. dI2 by dt. What is the flux linked with this one? What is the flux linked with this coil? What is the flux linked with this coil? Flux phi1, flux passing through this coil.
L into I. L into I2. L1
L-
into I2.
L1 into
I2.
I2. Yes.
I1, I2.
అయితే దీంట్లో n టర్న్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకో, n1 టర్న్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఇంటూ n1 రాయాలిగా. దీంట్లో n1 టర్న్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకున్నాం, n1, దీంట్లోనేమో n2 టర్న్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకున్నాం, అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ n1 రాయాలిగా. The flux linked with one turn of this coil due to second coil is equal to L1 I2. N turns unte into N1. This is the flux through this first coil. Similarly, EMF induced across the second coil minus L2 into dI1 by dt. That is equal to phi 2. Flux linked with the second coil is equal to N2 into L2 I1.
L2 I1.
L2 I1. Okay, therefore, from this, how we can write L1? L1 is equal to
U0 N1 into A1 into L.
mutual inductance M12. That means mutual inductance of first due to second is equal to pi by I. Pi by I.
Sir, pi by I.
Nana mute చేయండి ఎవరు? పవన్ కుమార్ mute చేయి. Okay. So mutual inductance of the first coil due to second coil is equal to flux through this coil. That means flux through first coil by
Phi 1 by I2. I2.
what is phi 1? This one. N1, L1 flux through this one అంటే ఇక్కడ phi 1 కదా, phi 1 అంటే N1, L1, I2
Sir.
by
I2.
I2. అంటే N1, L1
అవును సార్. N1 L1. I2 cancel.
M12 is equal to this one. M1 is equal to M5, 1 minute. E1 is equal to 1 minute.
సార్
1 minute. మనకి ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ అవసరం లేదు కదా. Okay. Flux through each turn of the first coil due to second. Flux through this first coil due to second is 512. It is the flux through each turn of the coil. As it consists of N1 turns, N1 into 5 is the total flux through this first coil due to second. That is equal to M12 into current through the first coil. So right, sir? Flux through this coil is equal to M into current through the second coil. This is formula. N1 512 is equal to M12 into I2. Okay. Next, similarly, flux through the second coil due to the first coil is equal to N2 into 521, which is equal to M21 into I1. Flux through the second coil due to first coil is equal to, suppose flux through each turn 521 అనుకోండి. అప్పుడు N2 టర్న్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దీంట్లో N2 into 521 is the total flux. ఆ total flux నే మనం 5 అనుకున్నాం. That is equal to M mutual inductance of second due to first into current through the first I1. So దీని నుంచి therefore M12 is equal to M12 is equal to N1 512 by I2. M21 is equal to N2 521 by I2 we can write now. Therefore you do the product M12 into M21 use parts. N1 512 by I2 into N2 521 by I1. That is equal to N1 512 by, you write like this, I1 into exchange N2 521 by I2. What is the N1 512 by I1? Tell me. Current passing through this first coil is I1. Flux through the first coil 512 is equal to, which one is right, sir? This is equation 1 అనుకున్నాం. That is equation 1. This is equation 2. Okay, ఇక్కడ flux through this first coil is N1 into 512. That is equal to self inductance of the first coil into current passing through first coil. Right, sir? Flux through the first coil. Total flux through the first coil అంటే ఒక టర్న్ ఇక్కడ ఈ ఫార్ములాలో this is the flux through one turn of the first coil due to second. Therefore 512 is the flux through one turn of this coil. Okay, N1 into 512 means flux through the total flux through the coil, first coil. That is equal to, according to the definition of the self inductance, total flux is equal to Li kada. Total flux phi is equal to Li. Total flux is that is equal to L1 into I1. Similarly, total flux through second coil is equal to N2 521. That is equal to L2 into I2, right, sir? Okay, therefore దీని నుంచి I1 is equal to రాసుకోవచ్చు. I1 కాదు, L1 is equal to N1 512 by I1. Similarly, L2 is equal to N2 521 by I2. Now, instead of N1 512 by I1, we can write L1. Here it is L2. Therefore, this is equation 3. Say from 2 and 3. M12 into M21 is equal to L1 into L2, no? But from equation 1, M12, M21 both are same, no? That's why M square we can write. That is equal to L1, L2. Since from 1. Therefore, M is equal to root L1, L2. This is the case whenever tight coupling అంటే ఒక దాంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల దీని చుట్టూ ఫ్లక్స్ ఎంత పాస్ అయిపోతుందో ఆ ఫ్లక్స్ మొత్తం దీంట్లో ఉంటే అంటే టైట్ కప్లింగ్. దీన్ని టైట్ కప్లింగ్ అంటాం. టైట్ కప్లింగ్ అంటాం. In case of tight coupling, it is the formula for mutual inductance between the two coils. ఒకవేళ టైట్ కప్లింగ్ లేకుండా whenever the current passing through this coil change, because of current passing through this coil, whatever the flux developed around them, a part of the flux formed around this coil is only passing through other coil. In such case, there is a moderate coupling or medium coupling. ఆ moderate లేదా medium coupling అన్నప్పుడు మనం ఈ ఫ్లక్స్ ని ఇట్లా తీసుకోవద్దు డైరెక్ట్ గా. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ డ్యూ టు ఫస్ట్ ఫ్లక్స్ త్రూ ఫస్ట్ కాయిల్ డ్యూ టు సెకండ్ కాయిల్, టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ అంటే తీసుకున్నాం కదా, అంటే దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఓకే, మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఇక్కడ మనకి M is equal to ఇదే M12 into M21 is equal to టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఒకవేళ టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ పాస్ అవట్లా, అప్పుడు ఎట్లా? అప్పుడు M is proportional to root L1 L2, or M is equal to some proportionality constant K into root L1 L2. This proportionality constant K is called coefficient of coupling. K, coefficient of coupling. For tight coupling వచ్చేసరికి K is equal to 1 అండి. అప్పుడు మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఫార్ములా ఏంటి ఫర్ టైట్ కప్లింగ్? టైట్ కప్లింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి? అసలు కాయిల్స్ టైట్ గా ఫిక్స్ చేయటం కాదు. టైట్ కప్లింగ్ అంటే whenever the current passing through the coil, then whatever the flux passing through this coil, the total flux passing through this coil also. అది ఏ కేసు వస్తుందంటే ఇట్లా, when two coils are taken like this, ఒక కాయిల్ టోటల్ గా ఇంకో కాయిల్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు వాట్ ఎవర్ ద ఫ్లక్స్ త్రూ ద అవుటర్ కాయిల్, ద సేమ్ ఫ్లక్స్ విల్ పాస్ త్రూ ఇన్నర్ కాయిల్ ఆల్సో. In such case, there is a tight coupling. In such case, K is equal to 1. Okay. తర్వాత for moderate coupling లేదా దీన్ని లూజ్ కప్లింగ్ అని కూడా అంటారు. ఆర్ లూజ్ కప్లింగ్, 0 less than K less than 1. 0 less than K less than 1. That is the case whenever ఒక కాయిల్ ఇట్లా ఉంచి ఇంకో కాయిల్ ఇక్కడ ఎక్కడో కొంచెం దూరంగా ఉంచాం, అప్పుడు దీని చుట్టూ ఫామ్ అయిన ఫ్లక్స్ లో కొంత పార్టీ దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అవుతుంది. ఆ కేసులో ఇది లూజ్ కప్లింగ్. ఆ లూజ్ కప్లింగ్ అప్పుడు కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ కప్లింగ్ ఎంత అనేది వాడు ఇస్తాడు. తర్వాత సపోజ్ వెన్ ద టూ కాయిల్స్ ఆర్ కెప్ట్ ఎట్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ, ఇది అరేంజ్ చేసే ఈ పార్ట్ చూడండి సార్.
Yes, sir.
When two coils are kept at infinity,
సార్
చెప్పండి.
ఇందాక ఈఎంఎఫ్ తీసుకొని చేశారు కదా సార్, అది ఎందుకు సార్ కన్సిడర్ చేయలే కేసు?
మనకి ఈఎంఎఫ్ తీసుకుంటే ఇక్కడ అవసరం లేదు కదా, మనకి డైరెక్ట్ అది అవసరం లేదు కదా, రాసిన వేస్టే కదా. మనకి కావాల్సింది ఓన్లీ మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ కదా, ఎంత ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ అయింది అది అవసరం లా. అది
ఓకే.
నెక్స్ట్ సపోజ్ when two coils are kept like this, one coil is kept like this, another coil is kept like this. ఇట్లా ఉంచాం రెండు కాయిల్స్, లేదా two coils are kept at infinity, or coils are kept like this. దీని వల్ల దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల ఇక్కడ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఇండక్షన్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, అవునా? మరి మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఇండక్షన్ ఈ ఫస్ట్ కాయిల్ వల్ల ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్న టర్న్స్ అని ఇట్లా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇటువైపు అయినా మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పాస్ అవుతుందా? ఈ లూప్స్ ద్వారా ఈ టర్న్స్ ద్వారా ఏమైనా మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుందా? ఇటువైపు ఫ్లక్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా? మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఇండక్షన్ because of current passing through this coil and magnetic induction is in this direction. దాని పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఇండక్షన్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఉండదు కదా, కాబట్టి దీని ద్వారా ఎటువంటి ఫ్లక్స్ పాస్ కాదు. ఫ్లక్స్ పాస్ కానప్పుడు ఫ్లక్స్ త్రూ దిస్ కాయిల్ ఇస్ 0, కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ కోఎఫిషియంట్ ఆఫ్ కప్లింగ్ అనేది 0. అంటే ఇక్కడ నో కప్లింగ్ ఇస్ దేర్. అంటే whenever the current passing through one coil, due to that if no flux passing through other coil, then we can say there is a loose coupling between these two. In case of loose coupling, the coefficient of coupling is 0. That is the case. లేదా when two coils are kept at infinity, yesterday I derived, I think, when two coils are kept at infinity, in such case also no coupling is there between them. In such case, whenever two solenoids are connected in series, then effective self inductance is equal to L1 plus L2. When they are parallel, effective is 1 by L is equal to 1 by L1 plus 1 by L2 we got. Okay, that is the case whenever no coupling is there. No coupling means K is equal to 0. In such case we derive. Suppose if coupling is there, what is the effective self inductance of the two coils when they are in series or when they are in parallel? Okay, our cases too. Arrange చేసేది ఇంకా చూడండి, అరేంజ్ చేసేది
మోడరేట్ కప్లింగ్ ఉంచండి సార్.
మోడరేట్ కప్లింగ్ అంటే బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్
ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ కాదు సార్, ఉంచమండి. అది
ఓకే ఓకే ఐ అండర్స్టాండ్. గెరైజ్ చేసేది ఇది కూడా, ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫార్ములా అండి ఫర్ ఎనీ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కప్లింగ్.
ఓకే సార్.
వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వన్?
ఓకే సార్.
సో 1
Here no coupling or no coupling. When coils are at infinity, in such case also there is no coupling between them. Erase చేసేయచ్చా?
ఓకే సార్.
It is the third node point, no? Fourth was completed, no?
ఫిఫ్త్ సార్.
4 completed సార్.
4 completed. Okay, fifth one. When with two pure inductors are connected in series with no coupling. Okay, then effective self-inductance is equal to effective self-inductance of the two coils is equal to L1 plus L2. Already derive చేస్తాం మనం, అందుకు డైరెక్ట్ రాస్తాం. ఓకేనా? లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో డెరైవ్ చేస్తాం when no coupling. Next, when parallel. When parallel
1 by L1 plus 1 by L2
plus 1 by L2. ఆల్రెడీ ఈ ఫార్ములాస్ డెరైవ్ చేస్తే కాబట్టి డైరెక్ట్ గా నోట్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, నౌ సపోజ్ there is a coupling. Two coils in series with coupling. When two coils are in series with coupling. Coupling అప్పుడు mutual inductance is equal to root L1 L2 K into root L1 L2 కదా. Okay, suppose the two coils are connected like this. This is one coil. It is the axis of this coil. Here it is the one coil having self-inductance L1, it is L2. When you pass the current, I current to this coil, the same current will pass through this coil also, I current. When the two coils are connected like this, then we can say they are in series, because through the same coil, same current will pass. That's why there are no doubt they are in series. Okay, now moreover, so whenever the current passing through this coil changes, into here the magnetic induction is developed here, so that magnetic induction, magnetic lines of force are induced, magnetic induction is induced, so that the EMF is induced across the coil, and magnetic lines of force are like this. Here also magnetic lines of force are like this one. That means the EMF are induced to support the change in magnetic flux linked with the coil. Sorry, here whenever the current passing through this coil changes, EMF is induced and induced current passes. Okay, ఈ కాయిల్ ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల ఇక్కడ ఫ్లక్స్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉందనుకోండి, దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల కూడా ఫ్లక్స్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉండాలి. సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఫ్లక్స్ ఉంటే ఇన్ సచ్ కేస్ ఇక దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల కూడా ఫ్లక్స్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది, దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల కూడా ఫ్లక్స్ సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. అంటే హియర్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫ్లక్స్ త్రూ దిస్ అండ్ త్రూ దిస్ ఆర్ యాడింగ్, దే ఆర్ ఎడిటివ్. ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ చూడండి, whenever the current passing through the coil in this direction, suppose magnetic connection at the center is in this direction, due to the passage of the current in this direction, the magnetic connection here in this direction. అప్పుడు ఈ రెండింటిలో డెవలప్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్సెస్ దీని వల్ల ఇట్లా ఉంటాయి, దీని వల్ల కూడా ఇదే టైప్ లో ఉంటాయి కదా. అంటే దీని ఫ్లక్స్ రెండు సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దే ఫ్లక్సెస్ ఆర్ ఎడిటివ్. ఇఫ్ magnetic fluxes are additive, in series combination, magnetic flux are additive in series combination అయినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ effective the self inductance of this coil is L1. ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ కూడా ఉంటుంది కదా. ఇక్కడ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫ్లక్సెస్ యాడ్ అయ్యేట్టుగా ఉన్నాయి. అంటే ఒకదాని వల్ల ఫ్లక్స్ ఇదైతే ఇది దీనికి యాడ్ అవుతుంది, దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల ఫ్లక్స్ ఆల్రెడీ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఫ్లక్స్ ఉంటుంది, ఈ ఫ్లక్స్ దీనికి యాడ్ అవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే ఫ్లక్స్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు some magnetic lines suppose passing through this coil also, no? That's why flux is additive. Here flux is additive. So whenever the flux is additive, in such case what is the effective inductance of this coil? L1 plus mutual inductance between these two is the M. Then effective inductance is L1 plus M. Here effective inductance is L2 plus M. Suppose if the fluxes are opposing each other, appudu effective inductance of this coil is L1 minus M, here L2 minus M, but here fluxes are additive, that is important. As the fluxes are additive, the effective inductance of this coil is L1 plus M, here L2 plus M. Suppose if no coupling is there, M is 0, then L1, L2 only, we have to write. So in this case, what is the effective self-inductance of the system? ఇక్కడ ఎట్లా వస్తుంది మనకి? First of all, induced EMF across this is say E1 due to self-inductance, E1 dash due to mutual inductance. ఇక్కడ కూడా E2 is the EMF induced across the coil due to self-inductance, E2 dash EMF induced due to mutual inductance between the two coils. Now tell me what is E1? E1 is equal to, E1 is the EMF induced because of self-inductance of the coil. అంటే minus L1 into di by dt కదా.
Yes sir.
అంతేనా?
Yes sir.
L1 into d1 by dt. Because of mutual induction, the EMF induced across this coil is equal to minus mutual inductance between them is M into di by dt, rate of change of current. అవునా? ఇక్కడ because of current passing through this coil changes, EMF is induced across the same coil. That is because of self-induction. Due to self-induction, EMF induced is this one. At the same time, because of mutual induction between these two, EMF is in here because of change of current in this coil. Suppose the current in this coil changes by di by dt. As both are in series, the current in this coil also changes by same rate, at the same rate, di by dt. Because of change of current in the second coil, because of coupling between these two, there is a EMF induced across the first coil. That is E1 dash is equal to this M is there, means this is the EMF induced across the first coil due to the rate of change of current in the second coil. That is equal to E1 dash equal to this one. Next, EMF induced across the second coil due to self-induction is minus L2 into di by dt. అంటే దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ లో చేంజ్ వల్ల ఇక్కడ EMF induced అవుతుంది. That is equal. Similarly, E2 dash EMF induced across the second coil due to the change of current in the first coil. ఫస్ట్ కాయిల్ లో కరెంట్ చేంజ్ చేయడం వల్ల సెకండ్ కాయిల్ లో ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, దానివల్ల మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు ఆ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ అక్రాస్ ద సెకండ్ కాయిల్ డ్యూ టు ద చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ ద ఫస్ట్ కాయిల్ ఈస్ మైనస్ ఎం ఇంటూ, ఎందుకంటే ఇందాక మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేసాం మ్యూచువల్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫస్ట్ కాయిల్ డ్యూ టు సెకండ్ ఆర్ సెకండ్ డ్యూ టు ఫస్ట్ బోత్ ఆర్ సేమ్. దట్స్ వై హియర్ ఎం వి హావ్ టేకెన్, హియర్ ఆల్సో ఎం వి హావ్ టేకెన్ ఇంటూ రేట్ ఆఫ్ చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ యాజ్ బోత్ ఆర్ ఇన్ సిరీస్. డెఫినెట్లీ ఈ రెండు సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దీంట్లో రేట్ ఆఫ్ చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ ఎంత ఇక్కడ కూడా అంతే ఉంటుంది. So di by dt. Therefore, net EMF induced across the combination is equal to What?
E1 plus E2.
Total, we have to add all of them. We have to add all of them. E1 plus E1 dash plus E2 plus E2 dash. So this is equal to E1. Okay, E1 means minus L1 into di by dt minus M into di by dt plus minus L2 di by dt minus M into di by dt. Suppose the effective self-inductance of this combination is say L, then because of same change of current here, the induced EMF is minus L into di by dt. Then L effective, you write L effective. L effective. L effective is equal to L1 plus L2 plus 2M. di by dt cancel అయిపోతుంది కదా, minus di by dt cancel అయిపోతే L effective is equal to L1 plus M plus L2 plus M. That means L1 plus L2 plus 2M. It is the case whenever fluxes are additive. Fluxes additive, since fluxes are additive. అంటే దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల డెవలప్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్స్, దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ వల్ల డెవలప్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్స్ రెండు సేమ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉంటే అప్పుడు ఫ్లక్సెస్ ఎడిటివ్. ఇన్ సచ్ కేస్ effective self-inductance of the combination of the two coils is equal to L1 plus L2 plus 3M. No doubt. ఇక్కడ with fluxes are additive, right? With fluxes are additive. Like దీంట్లో ఫస్ట్ కేస్ two coils in series with coupling అన్నప్పుడు దీంట్లో ఫస్ట్ కేస్ ది when fluxes are additive. When fluxes are additive, both coils are in series only, but when fluxes are additive, in such case this is the effective self-inductance of the two coils in series. Okay, next, in the same note B, when the fluxes are opposing each other. When fluxes are opposing each other. Sixth note point only. In the sixth note point only B. When fluxes are opposite to each other. Here you see. This is one coil. This is another coil. Having self-inductance L1, here L2. When I current passing through this coil, same current will pass through the coil like this, and same current will pass through the coil in this direction. Because of current passing through this coil, here the flux is in this direction. The flux is in this direction. Because of current passing through this coil, the flux is in this direction. Am I right? దీంట్లో కరెంట్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఫ్లో అవుతుంది, దీంట్లో కరెంట్ ఇటువైపు ఫ్లో అవుతుంది, కాబట్టి దీంట్లో ఫ్లక్స్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది, దీంట్లో ఫ్లక్స్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది, అంటే దే ఆర్ అపోజింగ్ ఈచ్ అదర్. ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎఫెక్టివ్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది టూ కాయిల్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఏ అండ్ బి? ఇక్కడ ఎఫెక్టివ్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది టూ కాయిల్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఏ అండ్ బి ఈస్ L1 plus L2 plus 2M. Here what is the effective self inductance between the two coils across the two coils A and B is what? That we have to find. No doubt here induced EMF because of change of current through this coil is E1. Here induced EMF is E2. Because of coupling between these two, ఎందుకంటే దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్స్ దీంట్లో కూడా కొంత పాస్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి, therefore because of flux linked with other coil, ఇక్కడ because of mutual induction between them, the EMF induced E2 dash here in this coil due to the first EMF induced across this coil due to mutual inductance of the second coil. And EMF induced across the first coil due to the second coil. That is the mutual inductance between them. That is E1 dash. What is the formula for E1? Minus L1 into rate of change of current is this one. E2. E1 dash. E1 dash is. What is the E1 dash value? Because of mutual
minus m into di by
mutual induction minus m into di by dt.
dt.
Okay. E2 is equal to minus L2 into di by dt. E1, E2 dash is equal to formula same di by dt. Okay, now effective EMF is what? Effective induced EMF is equal to
E1 minus E2.
Effective induced EMF is equal to ఇక్కడ E1
E1
dash
minus E2.
1 minute. ఇక్కడ induced EMF E1 dash ఉంది కదా, ఇది దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే ఫ్లక్స్ ని అపోజ్ చేస్తూ దీని వల్ల ఇక్కడ EMF ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి therefore E1 minus E1 dash is the net EMF induced across this plus E2 minus E2 dash is the net EMF induced across this. ఎందుకంటే because of change of current in this coil, the EMF induced across this coil due to self-induction is in one direction. At the same time, as this flux linked with the coil opposes the flux through this coil, definitely because of mutual induction, the EMF induced opposes the increase in EMF due to self-induction. So net EMF induced across the first coil is this one, net EMF induced across second coil is this one. As both are in series, net EMF induced is this one. So E is equal. What about E1? E1 minus L1 dA by dt minus E1 dash means plus you will get m into di by dt plus E2 means you will get minus L2 into dA by dt minus of minus plus m into dA by dt. Okay, therefore E means effective EMF induced across the combination across AB. EAB. So effective EMF induced across the combination is EAB, which is equal to E. You replace these two coils by a single coil so that it is having effective self-inductance L effective, and for the same rate of change of current, that means dI by dt. If the same EMF is induced here, net EMF induced is same as the EMF induced across the single coil, their self-inductance is the effective self-inductance of the two coils in series. This is equal to minus L1 di by dt plus m into di by dt minus L2 into di by dt plus m into di by dt. You cancel di by dt totally and minus also. Then L effective is equal to L1 minus m plus L2 minus m. Therefore, L effective is equal to L1 plus
L1 plus L2 minus 2.
Yeah, this is the effective self-inductance of the combination of the two coils in series 12. Fluxes are opposing each other. Fluxes are opposing. Additive means plus, opposing means minus. Okay, no doubt. Mohan, what is your doubt? You put no. What is your doubt, Mohan? Okay, shall I rise? Rise,
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Okay, now varying current in LR series circuit. Most important for this field. Varying current in inductor resistor circuit, LR series circuit. So you take the pure inductor having self-inductance L. It is a pure inductor having self-inductance L and a resistance kappa. Both are connected in series across a cell having EMF capital E with switch S or plug K. Switch S. Okay, ఇక్కడ దీంట్లో మనం డిస్కస్ చేసేది ఫస్ట్ whenever initially at a t is equal to 0 as switch is open, no current passing through that. But when you switch, we close the switch, then the current passing through LR circuit starts increasing. That means whenever the growth of current takes place in LR circuit, growth of current. When growth of current takes place in LR circuit, that is the case. So whenever the switch is closed at t is equal to 0, then the current starts increasing in this LR series combination. Whenever the current starts increasing in LR circuit, is the current through LR circuit increased to max value immediately?
No, sir.
Is the current passing through this LR series circuit immediately to max value?
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
Because of EMF induced like a self, because of self-induction, EMF is induced across this coil and it opposes the increase in current. That's why the current passing through this LR circuit will not increase to maximum. At any instant of time t after switch is closed, at any time t, suppose I current passing through this LR series circuit. At that time, the EMF induced across this inductor is L into dA by dt. Okay, now you apply the Kirchhoff's second law for this closed loop. For closed loop, according to Kirchhoff's second law. You apply in this direction, you apply along the direction of flow of current. ఇక్కడ నుంచి బయటకు అప్లై చేద్దాం. ఇక్కడ induced EMF across this opposes the flow of current. కాబట్టి minus L into dA by dt is the EMF across this inductor. That is the potential difference across this inductor. Next, in the direction of flow of current only, we are measuring the potential drop across this resistance. That is equal to minus I into R. We are moving in this direction. Therefore, we are moving from low to high potential. That's why EMF is positive or negative?
Positive.
So totally, we have written the potential differences across various components in the closed circuit. That is equal to 0. Okay, from this, you see here, E minus IR is equal to L into dA by dt. We can write now. I kept these two here only, and this is brought to right. Then L into dA by dt is equal to E minus IR. Now you write all I terms aside and the remaining terms aside. Okay. Therefore, DI by E minus IR is equal to remaining terms. You bring this dt to left and L to left, then dt by L you will get. Okay. Di by E minus IR is equal to dt by L. Now integrate on both sides. Limits, what are the limits? At first, here we are integrating with respect to time. That's why t is equal to 0 here. At t is equal to 0, that means before the switch is closed, at that time, is there any current passing through LR circuit?
No.
No, that's why I is equal to 0. At any time t, the current through LR circuit is say I. Now, what is the integration? Tell me. Di by E minus IR means ln E minus IR whole by
E.
minus R.
Minus R.
Because here is I. Coefficient of I is minus R. So minus R we have to divide. Limits 0 to I is equal to, here integral d, L is constant, you write outside. Integral dt means t. When you substitute the limits, you will get this only, no? Then you do cross multiplication with minus R. Then ln E minus IR limits 0 to I is equal to minus RT by L. First you substitute upper limit ln E minus IR only you will get. When you substitute the lower limit, you put minus sign. Instead of I, when you substitute 0, then ln E you will get. Ln E. That is equal to minus RT by capital L. Okay, then here this can be written as E minus IR by capital E is equal to minus RT by capital L. Or E minus IR by capital E is equal to E to the power of minus RT by capital L. No? You split them. 1 minus IR by capital E is equal to E to the power of minus RT by capital L. Or I we had to find, that is our aim. I we had to find. So IR by capital E is equal to, we can write 1 minus E to the power of minus RT by L, we can write now. You see, I draw this IR by E to right and this to left. Then 1 minus E to the power of minus RT by L is equal to IR by E. Then I is equal to what? Therefore, I is equal to E by capital R into 1 minus E to the power of minus RT by capital L. This is the instantaneous current through LR circuit while current is grown. Current grow LR circuit at any instant of time t after the switch is closed. The instantaneous current passing through LR circuit is this one. What about this E by R? What is the E by R? E is the EMF of the cell, R is the resistance. That means actually whenever no EMF is induced across this inductor, the total EMF exists across this one, you know. Whenever no inductor is there, no EMF is induced there, then total EMF exists across the resistance only. At that time, maximum current passes through this resistance. But because of inductor, due to EMF induced here, it opposes the applied EMF. That's why the potential difference across this resistance is less than E. But at certain time, if no inductor is there or no EMF is induced is there here, then at that time maximum EMF exists across this one as the potential difference. That's why maximum current passing through this resistance is E by R. That's why E by R is the maximum current passing through the circuit into 1 minus E to the power of minus T by, it is said tau. Right. What is tau? I naught is equal to I max, which is equal to E by R, and tau. Here, this tau is the constant because instead of L by R, I have written tau. L is constant, R is constant for the given circuit. That constant is called the inductive time constant or simply time constant, because inductor is there, no, that's why that is called inductive time constant. Inductive time constant or time constant. Tau is equal to L by R. As L by R is the formula for time constant, what is the unit of L by R? It is the time constant formula, time. That's why it is having unit seconds only. That's why what is the dimension formula of L by R? What is the dimension formula of L by R?
M0 L0 T power 1.
Yeah, L by R into time and nothing but time. Of course, it is called time constant. That L by R is the time only. That's why dimension formula of L by R is T to the power of 1 only. M0 L0 T to the power of 1. Sometimes they may ask what is the dimension formula of L by R. So T only. Okay. Now, if we draw the graph for this, how we'll get the graph? First of all, at T is equal to 0, from this equation, what is I value? At T is equal to 0, what is I value?
E by R.
T is equal to 0 is substitute. E to the power of 0, 1. 1 minus 1.
sir.
So I is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
At T is equal to infinity. What is the I value?
I not, sir.
I know,
naught
sir.
is maximum. At T is equal to inductive time constant capital tau R L by R. Then I is equal to
I not into E minus 1 by E.
I naught into 1 minus 1 by E, no? Okay. When T is equal to tau, 1 minus E to the power of minus 1, that means 1 minus 1 by E. I naught into 1 minus 1 by E. So this is equal to I naught into 1 by E value is 0.37. So 1 minus 0.37 means we can write
0.66.
Therefore,
63.
0.63 I naught. Since 1 by E is equal to 0.37. Okay. 1 by E is equal to 0.37. Therefore, you have to draw the graph for this. Okay, shall I write this one?
Sir.
Okay,
Shall I
sir.
write this part?
Sir.
Now we draw the graph between current and time. instantaneous current through the LR circuit and time. If you draw the graph between I and T, at T is equal to 0, current is 0. When T increases, no, current also increases, no, that's why you'll get the graph like this. At T is equal to infinity, at T is equal to infinity, the current becomes maximum, I naught. At T is equal to infinity, current is maximum. T is equal to infinity, and this graph is almost parallel to time axis. Okay, the almost the maximum value reach out in infinite time is parallel to time axis. Okay, at any time T is equal to tau, then the current passing through LR circuit is equal to 0.63 times maximum current. Avuna? ఇప్పుడు ఈ టైం కాన్స్టెంట్ మనం ఎట్లా డిఫైన్ చేయొచ్చు? Whenever the current passing through LR circuit increases, after what time the current passing through LR circuit, series circuit becomes 0.63 times the maximum value of current can be passed. Such time is called the inductive time constant of LR circuit. Okay, లేదు 0.63 times the maximum current అంటే 63% of maximum current కదా. After LR circuit is, after what time LR circuit is closed, the current passing through LR circuit becomes 63% of the maximum current can be passed. Is called the inductive time constant. In this way we can define. No doubt. ఒక 5 minutes అండి, ఒక 5 minutes స్పెండ్ చేయండి. ఇది అరేంజ్ చేసేయచ్చా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఒక 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. కాన్సెప్ట్ అయిపోయింది. ఇది కూడా అరేంజ్ చేయొచ్చా?
ఓకే సార్.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now at any time t, what is the potential difference across the resistance? Potential difference across the resistance VR is equal to ఏదో ఒక ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైం అప్పుడు దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ అంటే I is equal to మనకు వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఇందాక ఇన్స్టాంటేనియస్ కరెంట్ I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau కదా. So potential difference across the resistance VR is equal to, at any instant of time t, potential difference across the resistance VR is equal to I into R కదా, I into R. Therefore that is equal to I and I naught into this one into R. So I naught R into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau. So VR is equal to, what is I naught into R? Already previously we have written I naught is equal to
ఈ సార్.
R. We have written. Okay. So I naught R is equal to, you only know, E into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau. This is the formula for potential difference across the resistance. ఈ ఫార్ములాస్ మనకు అవసరం అండి, ప్రాబ్లమ్ చేస్తారు. నెక్స్ట్, పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ ద ఇండక్టర్. పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ ద ఇండక్టర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు VL, which is equal to minus L into dA by dt కదా. The induced EMF across the inductor only equal to potential difference across this one, which is equal to minus L into dA by dt. అంటే దీని డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేయండి, ఏమొస్తుంది? d by dt of I naught into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau. I naught కాన్స్టెంట్ పక్క రాసండి, into differentiation of 1 minus e to the power of something. 1 differentiate చేస్తే 0 minus e to the power of differentiate చేస్తే as it is ఫస్ట్ రాయండి. ఆ తర్వాత t యొక్క కోఎఫిషియంట్ -1 by t కాబట్టి into -1 by tau. This is equal to minus L I naught into minus plus 1 by tau అంటే L by R into e to the power of minus t by tau. LL cancel. Therefore VL is equal to minus I naught into R అంటే ఈనే కదా, e to the power of minus t by tau. This is the potential difference across the inductor. Energy stored in the inductor. Energy stored in the inductor at any instant of time is called half Li square కదా. So half L into I అంటే I naught into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau whole square కాబట్టి whole square. Therefore half L I naught square into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau whole square. Therefore U is equal to half L I naught square అంటే U max కదా, ఎందుకంటే మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ ఇండక్టర్ ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యేప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు కరెంట్ మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతుంది? At t is equal to infinity, current passing through LR circuit maximum. మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అయినప్పుడు ఇంకా కరెంట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ కాదు, కరెంట్ చేంజ్ కాదు, చేంజ్ కానప్పుడు ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ జీరో. డిఐ ఉండదు కాబట్టి డిఐ బై డిటి జీరో, కాబట్టి ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇండ్యూస్ జీరోనే. ఆ టైంలో మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతుంటుంది. ఎట్ ద టైం the potential energy stored in the inductor is maximum, which is equal to U is equal to U max into 1 minus e to the power of minus t by tau whole square. This is the potential energy at any instant of time. Okay, so U max potential energy, magnetic potential energy stored in the inductor, which is maximum is half L I naught square. దీని మనం ఇట్లా కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. I naught into E by R కదా, half L into E by R square అంటే E by R square. Therefore L E squared by 2R square అని కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఇది పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్. ఓకే, లాస్ట్ దీంట్లోనే డికే ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ సేమ్ ఫార్ములా సింపుల్, అదొకటి డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను. ఇది అరైవ్ చేస్తే ఈ పార్ట్
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
డికే ఆఫ్ కరెంట్. డికే ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ దీని ఎలా వస్తుంది అంటే ఇందాక మీకు ఆఫ్టర్ టీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతుంది కదా, ఆ టైంలో మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అయ్యే టైంలో దీన్ని సెల్ ని డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేసేసి డైరెక్ట్ గా కనెక్ట్ చేసాం. At the instant when T is equal to 0, maximum current passing through the circuit. At that time, the cell is disconnected from the battery and LR are connected together like this. Then what happens? So whenever the maximum potential here, whenever the at T is equal to infinity, actually ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే మనం ఇక్కడ సెల్ ని ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టుగా లాంగ్ ప్రెస్ చేయడం వల్ల after infinite time maximum current passing through the inductor and the resistance. At the time maximum potential energy is stored initially. At the time the cell is disconnected and the resistance and the inductor are connected directly like this. Cell is short circuited. When cell is short circuited, then the potential energy stored in the inductor gradually dissipates in the form of heat energy across the resistance. అప్పుడు దీని ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యే కరెంట్ గ్రాడ్యువల్ గా డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంటుంది. ఆ డిక్రీజ్ అయ్యే టైంలో ఎట్ ఎనీ ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైం ఇందా కరెంట్ ఇటువైపు ఫ్లో అయింది కదా, డిక్రీజ్ అయ్యే టైంలో ఇప్పుడు ఇటువైపు వస్తుంది. So at any instant of time t, the current is say I. ఇక్కడ induced EMF minus L into dA by dt. ఇక్కడ potential difference of course IR. ఇప్పుడు అప్లై ద కిక్ సెకండ్ లా ఫర్ దిస్ లూప్. కరెంట్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఫ్లో అవుతుంది కదా, కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అయ్యే డైరెక్షన్ లో ఇట్లా ఫ్లో అవుతున్నప్పుడు మైనస్ L into dA by dt మైనస్ IR. ఇక్కడ ఏం సెల్ లేదు కాబట్టి దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0. సో దేర్ఫోర్ దీని నుంచి DI by మైనస్ మైనస్ క్యాన్సిల్, సారీ that implies L into dI by dt is equal to minus I into R. లేదా DI by I is equal to minus R by L into dt. ఓకే, దీని బోత్ సైడ్స్ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసేయండి. T is equal to 0 అప్పుడు మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతుంది సర్క్యూట్ లో. ఎట్ ఎనీ టైం T వాట్ ఇస్ ద కరెంట్? ఇది కూడా అరేంజ్ చేసేసి ఇంకా మొత్తం అరేంజ్ చేసి కదండి,
చేసాను సార్.
అయిపోయిందండి. జస్ట్ ఇంకా ఒక 3 minutes అండి.
Ln I by I.
వినమా? Ln I limits I naught to I is equal to minus R by L is constant right out. So integral dt means T. Limits substitute చేస్తే ఇదే వస్తుంది. ఇది ln I by I naught వస్తుంది కదా, is equal to minus R by T, sorry R by L into T. R I by I naught is equal to e to the power of minus R by L into T. R I is equal to I naught into e to the power of minus T by tau, right sir?
T by tau.
Since tau is equal to L by R. What is the dimensional formula of L by R?
T power 1
Second.
SI unit of L by R?
seconds.
Second.
So ఇప్పుడు దీని నుంచి this is the change, this is the instantaneous current through LR circuit while decay. If you draw the graph at T is equal to 0, what is the current? T is equal to 0 అప్పుడు ఇది 1 అయిపోతుంది, సో మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. At T is equal to infinity, what is the current? T infinity అయితే e to power of minus infinity అంటే 1 by e to power of infinity. E to power of infinity అంటే infinity. 1 by infinity 0. So 0. At t is equal to tau. అప్పుడు tau and ఇక్కడ tau t is equal to tau అయితే e to power of minus 1 అంటే I naught by e. I is equal to I naught by e. That is equal to 0.37 times I naught కదా. ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని గ్రాఫ్ డ్రా చేస్తాం అనుకోండి. I కి t కి గ్రాఫ్ డ్రా చేస్తాం అనుకోండి. At t is equal to 0 current is maximum. అదే I naught. T increase అవుతాం కొద్ది ఇన్ఫైనైట్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఇన్ఫైనైట్ టైం అప్పుడు కరెంట్ 0 అయింది కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు డ్రా ద గ్రాఫ్ విల్ గెట్ గ్రాఫ్ లైక్ parallel to time axis ఇన్ఫైనైట్ టైం కావాలి. తర్వాత at any time whenever the time is equal to tau at the time the current passing through them is 0.37 I naught. అంటే ఇక్కడ దీని నుంచి after what time the current decays to 0.37 times the maximum current that is passing through LR circuit. That is called the time constant. Or after what time the current decays to 37% of the maximum current, that time taken is called the time constant. Okay, ఇది time constant అండి. దీంట్లో first one potential difference across the resistance at any time whenever current through LR circuit decays. VR is equal to I into R as usual. I into R. I అంటే I naught into e to power of minus t by tau into R. So VR is equal to what about I naught into R? What is I naught?
V
V
naught,
naught, sir. V naught.
At t is equal to 0 as the maximum current passing through them at the time potential difference across this resistance is maximum. That is equal to E into e to power of minus t by tau. లేదా మనం V naught కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. V naught is the maximum current. V naught is the EMF of the cell. EMF is equal to V naught అనుకుంటే అప్పుడు V naught అని కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, ఇది తర్వాత at t is equal to 0 what is the potential difference across the inductor? T is equal to 0 అప్పుడు మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అవుతుంది, కరెంట్ చేంజ్ అవట్లా. ఆ టైంలో EMF induced across this is 0. So at the time what is the EMF of the cell that exists across the resistance only? T is equal to 0 అప్పుడు VR maximum కదా. డికే అయ్యేటప్పుడు T is equal to 0 అప్పుడు maximum potential difference ఉంటుంది across the resistance. Across the inductor ఇక్కడ మీరు ఇట్లా రాయొచ్చు. At t is equal to 0 potential difference across the resistance is equal to E only. At t is equal to infinity potential difference across the resistance is 0. అట్లాగే potential difference across the inductor is equal to minus L into di by dt కదా. Minus L into what is di by dt? Tell me. di by dt దీని నుంచి d by dt of I naught into e to the power of minus t by tau. Therefore VL is equal to minus L I naught into e to the power of minus t by tau into minus 1 by tau. Minus plus అయిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ L by R రాస్తే therefore I naught R into e to the power of minus t by tau వస్తుంది. Since tau is equal to L by R. ఇది అరేంజ్ చేయొచ్చు అనుకుంటా ఈ పార్ట్.
ఓకే సార్.
Just 1 minute. So potential difference across the inductor at any instant of time is equal to I naught R is E no?
E into e power minus t by tau.
Across the resistance I naught R into e to the power of minus t by tau. ఇక్కడ at t is equal to 0 what is VL? At t is equal to 0 what is VL?
Maximum, sir.
At t is equal to 0 potential difference across inductor
మాక్సిమం ఉంది సార్.
E, sir. Maximum, sir.
అంటే మైనస్ ఉందా? మైనస్ క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోయింది.
మైనస్ ఉండదు కదా సార్. e power 0 అంటే 1 సార్.
e power 0 అంటే 1.
Sir, maximum is sir.
Maximum, sir.
E అంతేగా. At t is equal to infinity 0 నా?
CL equals 0.
అంటే t is equal to infinity అప్పుడు అసలు దీంట్లో కరెంట్ పాస్ కాదు కాబట్టి 0.
Yes, sir.
తర్వాత పొటెన్షియల్ అనేది స్టోర్డ్ is equal to half L I square. That is equal to half L into magnetic potential అనేది stored in the inductor is equal to half L into I square అంటే I naught square into e to the power of minus 2t by tau కదా. That is equal to U max into e to the power of minus 2t by tau. So potential energy stored is equal to U naught into e to the power of minus 2t by tau. This is the formula for potential energy stored in the inductor. At t is equal to 0, potential energy stored becomes maximum. At t is equal to infinity, potential energy stored 0. At t is equal to 0, u is equal to u naught, that is equal to u max. At t is equal to infinity, u is equal to 0. Okay, these are the various various cases.
Yes, sir.
Note it.
Written, sir.
ఓకే, ఇవి డిఫరెంట్ కేసెస్ అండి. ఓకే, అయితే ఇక్కడ ఎట్ టీ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ 0, ఇక్కడ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అంటే అక్రాస్ దిస్ కరెంట్ 0 కదా, ఇక్కడ సారీ చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ 0 కాబట్టి ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ 0. పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ ఇస్తున్నా ఒకటి, ఇక్కడ 0 కాబట్టి టోటల్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ దిస్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఓన్లీ, కాబట్టి మనకి ఈ వచ్చింది. ఇక్కడ ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ 0, ఇండ్యూస్ ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇచ్చేది పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ 0 నే, పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఈ. ఓకే,
Yes, sir.
ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఉండదు, ఎందుకంటే మాక్సిమం కరెంట్ పాస్ అయ్యే టైంలో డిఐ బై డిటి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 కాబట్టి ఆ టైంలో ఇండ్యూస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇంకా 0. రైట్, ఓకే నాన్న, బై ఆల్ ఆఫ్ రిలేటెడ్
Bye,
టు
sir.
దిస్
Bye,
ప్రాబ్లమ్స్
Anand.
we have to do the problems.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye all of you.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Screenshot this.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
right, Nana,
Okay,
bye all
sir.
of you. Bye.
Bye, sir.